Did you just say, who's your D20?
I said, who's the D20?
Are we rolling a human being? Because I'm not here for that.
Let's yeet Craig and see what side he lands on.
Yes, eat me, peasants.
I hope you brought dice. It's time to stop, loot, and roll.
Hi, my name is Ben. I will be the DM tonight for Stop, Loot, and Roll.
Hello, my name is Craig. I'm playing Lycan, the precious gnome bard from heaven itself.
This is Dave, and I play Waldo, the hobgoblin kineticist, who was a former slave. He had escaped and is pursuing to free other slaves from their tyranny of taskmasters.
I'm Joshua Collins, and I'm playing Hela Ishtar, and I'm pretty much angry.
Whatever happened to that JW nonsense?
I ended that quickly. I couldn't do the voice for the character at all.
I'm Torian, and I will be playing the War Priest, Erdem Steve.
Ooh.
Erdem.
Last name Steve.
He is the last apprentice of his master, who is obsessed with preserving balance.
My name is Caleb. I am playing Azazel. My character is a Strix Magus, and he wants revenge for the raiders that killed his family and friends.
Can someone roll me a D20 to tell me what happened last time?
17. Please be more than
11.
17. It's not.
8.
14.
Okay. Well, we all conjoined in this place that was really gray, and we were all like, oh, what's this? Then we had Mr. Strix Hot Topic over here fall down on all of us. I was just concerned with finding my brother because I'm precious. Then we found ourselves in the gray area that is known as Purgatory, and apparently now we're fixing it, and we paid for magic weapons with mystic coins. Did I get everything? Oh, there's also a bull skull that tells us what the thing is useful for, but he didn't tell me what mine was useful for. I'm not bitter, just an observation.
Alright, I'm going to need everybody to make a fortitude saving roll.
Oh, I don't like
My best save.
Fort is off of con, right?
Yes.
16, I think it adds plus something.
23.
Baby, ow.
Plus 7.
Okay.
Plus 3, so 19.
22.
11.
The last thing y'all remember seeing is Death snap his fingers as y'all are sucked into yet another teal portal. As y'all are traveling through this, it goes on longer than before. What feels to be days, weeks, maybe even months. Eventually, you'll finally get to the end of this portal. Surprisingly, only Erdem seems affected by this bizarre change of tempo. Y'all are forcibly spat out of the other end of the portal into this green pasture overlooking a valley.
Where are we, sirs? And ma'am?
Talk to Death.
You look behind yourself and see that only the remnants of Death remain, and he's going, well, what's going on? And he's trying to fiddle around with the teal D20 he had in his hands, and he drops it. He immediately vanishes.
I moved to pick it up.
Okay, is anyone going to try to stop the hobgoblin from picking up the glowing D20?
I'm going to hold you by the collar. Does a 17 hit your CMB?
Seeing as my CMD is a 11.
You're grappling.
What do you... Let go of me!
Death just touched that and disappeared. We don't know what's going on.
You sound very masculine for a woman, and secondly, I was gonna give it back to him when he came back.
What if that happens to you if you touch it?
I don't have to touch it to pick it up. You don't know much about me.
Whenever I hear him say that, I waddle over, take off my shirt, and wrap the dodecahedron in the shirt.
Can I cast Detect Magic first?
I mean, yeah. I'm sure, it takes me some time to waddle over there. You can detect
say-
magic while I'm waddling.
I would like to take this moment to oh, it was bad foot.
Gross.
It could be worse, sir.
It could.
You could be punched in the face, sir.
Oh, no, it's worse now. You're talking to me.
I think I sense a little bit of magic on this here decahedron.
You do. It is radiating magic, so much so that it's actually glowing. As far as Erdem, you seem to be the only one affected by the time skip.
What happened to you?
Ah.
What happened to you?
Oh. Ow. Bad
This-
foot nacho.
This probably wouldn't be the best time to say you look like death, sir.
Thank you.
I like you. Mage hand the decahedron.
All right.
Slightly over you. So you can't grab it.
I'm jumping.
I just used some basic telekinesis to try to move it out of his mage hand, so I could try to mentally grapple it away from him.
You wrestle it out of Azazel's hold. In doing so, because of the disproportionate amount of magic held within this dexahedron, it falls out of your own grasp and lands on a 14. Everybody make a perception roll.
Oh,
9.
17.
19.
a natural 20.
21.
Okay. The man barfing his brains out
That's fair.
notices that the grass around the dice begins to wither and then grow back rapidly. Everyone else sees the grass just wither away. Erdem also notices, while looking down at the dice, what's in the valley. It appears to be an encampment with multiple guards surveying the grounds and large 2-story walls and no windows, barring off anyone from seeing what's going on inside.
I relay the encampment information to the party.
That doesn't sound good, sir.
So you're describing a prison cell to us.
I would say more of a prison camp.
Sounds dangerous.
More likely than not, people's freedom is being held.
It's funny you should mention that. This camp seems very familiar to you.
Wait a minute. This. It's Talogar.
What is Talogar, sir?
It's the hub point of a networking system of slave trading. It's one of the larger ones, but if we take this out, that would mean a whole lot of slaves would be freed. And it would put a wrench in their plans.
Well, how do we help them?
I need to get more information on this place. I need to survey it. Who else will help me scout out this place so we can make a plan?
I can go and scout ahead.
With your wings, sir?
You bet. They're good for something.
Would I know that this place has archers?
Yes, there are several archers placed on the east side.
I would recommend flying. They have several highly trained archers. They'd shoot you down.
How many archers do they have?
It's at least 3, but that's typically all they train because that's all they need.
Would you be able to dodge?
I'll try to stay in the shadows and not be seen. We need information if we're going to figure this out.
At this time of day, they would be stationed near the east, so I'll purvey the east close to the ground, hiding between thistle and bush, and you purvey closer to the west, staying in the shadows.
Oh, before we do this, we haven't really introduced ourselves. My name's Lycan.
My name's Waldo.
Hell is my name, and I can be y'all's distraction if y'all need it.
Oh, I want to help.
Possibly. Quite possibly.
Just tell me when to run in.
What about you, Scary, sir?
Are you done throwing up yet?
No, it's coming out of the other end right now.
That's what that smell is. You could also be the distraction.
I am Erdem.
I'll just refer to you as Empty One.
I am Azazel, and I don't know if I like any of you, except for that one. That
Aw.
one's funny.
Thank you, sir.
Where's my stone jump?
Oh, that wasn't nice, sir.
Don't
Hey,
worry.
got your exercise in. It's good for you.
Oh, that's
You're gonna get big and strong.
That's true, sir.
Azazel, cooperate with me and I'll give you a present.
What's that you say?
A present?
How dare you? By one weakness, how have they figured it out?
Purvey the west, I'll purvey the east, and I'll give you a present.
Let me see what I can find.
I would like to note that y'all notice that it is dusk.
Since you remember this place again, Waldo, do you remember where the entrance is?
I only really heard rumors about this place and didn't get too much information about the interior.
Do you know if they keep anybody special here?
Make a knowledge local check. Untrained. Is it my roll -2 then?
Yes.
8.
Well, you know there's prisoners, and that it's a prison camp.
I don't know if they keep anyone special here, just prisoners.
I'll go scout real fast and try to make sure there's no archers around me.
I'll scout the other end of the campment.
And Miss Helen and I will create a distraction.
No, y'all just sit back. We'll find where the best point is, and then we'll send y'all. Right now, we just need the camp to stay quiet.
Oh, okay.
It's okay, Lycan. We just need information so we can make a plan.
Okay.
Sounds lovely.
You okay?
Oh, God.
You take care of him.
I pat his shoulder.
Little one, remind him
Yes, sir?
things can always be worse.
You
can
could
hit
be
him in the
punched
face.
in the face.
Exactly.
Wait, so I punch him in the face?
No. You don't break stuff.
I sit down.
Okay. Don't break sticks when you sit down. Gotta watch you.
I use prestidigitation to clean myself.
You do so.
Excellent use of it, honestly.
All right. So about an hour passes, and Azazel, you are up in the air on the west side with the sun bathing against your back, masking you against any onlookers. Waldo, you are on the east side, hidden by the shadows cast by this towering mass of walls made of wood and concrete. All right. Azazel, roll perception.
7.
With the 7, you see that even on the second floor, there are no windows leading in from the west side.
Get closer.
You fly closer. Roll flight.
You look pretty excited.
You didn't put any ranks in.
How?
You are the worst bird man ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, this boy got a neck 4 on fly.
Oh, my chest hurts. I didn't know flight was a thing.
Okay, how did that happen?
I don't know.
Like, what got you a neg 4 fly?
Probably
Oh,
armor check.
I only have neg and charisma. Is that what it is? Because I don't even know if I have armor equipped.
You do. Yeah, it says check penalties -5. It checks for anything that requires dex.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Now a 4 to fly.
Ugh.
I don't have wings and I can do better than that.
Do you remember those commercials of the clean windows and birds flying in?
Don't make me fall into the castle.
You fly straight into the wall and make a when you hit the wall.
Oh, God.
Huh? What was that?
Ow.
We switch to Waldo. You see the east side of the building. There are no doors, there are no windows, and you hear muffled groaning with the sound of some sort of energy crackling and radiating from inside.
What's going on in there? I've got to take a look.
Okay, how are you approaching the situation? Are you going to the south side or the north side of the building? Or do you want to return to everybody and then bring reinforcements?
Is there anyone on top of the building? I can climb.
Yes, an archer looking out over into the beautiful dark blues and purples that are parallel to the sunset.
Let me check something real quick. I was gonna make a telekinetic blast against one of the archers by picking up an unattended arrow.
You're
and then
about to
fling
fight
it.
by yourself?
I'm underneath the building and I'm hiding and
So you go to pick up an arrow telekinetically. That's 2
2
stories high above you. With your mind, you grab one of the arrows, and the archer goes, "Huh? What? Huh? Jerry, what are you doing?" "I don't know. The arrow's moving by itself."
I make a dance.
"Well, shoot it, boy."
I put it between them so they shoot at each other.
Gerald grabs the arrow and immediately shoots it off into the distance. "Well, that was weird. Must have been the catalyst downstairs." "Oh, I guess you're right."
Do I hear that?
Roll perception.
Perception 16.
You hear them say catalyst downstairs. Something pertaining to weird magic.
I'm just gonna go back to camp and get reinforcements. Tell them what I heard.
We quickly go back to Azazel. Do you maybe want to make a stealth check or run away?
It's -4 to all of it.
You hear your sword say,
So I guess I use a full round to equip arrows.
Question me.
What do you want?
I want power.
Me too.
Let's book it.
Gotcha.
roll the d20 with advantage. was it?
2.
Roll it again. That was a 2 and a 16, luckily with advantage. You want to let it slide this one time, because we didn't realize you have a -4 to flight, and you're a flightful person. An oversight on both of our parts.
I would like to point out, for those of you who may be listening, yes, we know Pathfinder doesn't have advantage. Save your tweets.
All right. Are you going to do anything with your now talking sword to try to get it to help you with this flight? Like point it forwards, hold on to it. So you reach your hand up into the air with the sword.
You're Valkyrieing yourself.
And Valkyrie, basically. And you're putting your hand on the other hip.
No.
And you are flying by the power of grace.
Of flamboyance.
By the power
He's going all Wonder Woman up in here.
I'm using
But-
prestidigitation to make a little rainbowy effect behind me as I fly. So with my sparkly butt, I'm flying back to the group. We shall teach them all.
While they were away, I would have picked up the dodecahedron with my shirt and passed it to Erdem and said, here, sir.
Erdem would not take it because he understands how magic works, and so he doesn't touch things that could potentially kill him.
Your boy is still handing it to you.
Yeah, that's cool. Hold it for just a second,
Oh, okay,
and I will use Knowledge Arcana to see if I know what's going on. 22.
You get a strong intuition that this is something beyond what you've studied. It's something beyond even what your master would have known.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Put it down.
I separate my hands and it falls between them, and I drop it. Oh no.
While it's dropped within the shirt, it rolls out by chance and lands on a 3.
Oh, we're dead.
Everybody who's there, roll a will save.
That would be an 18.
That would be a 22.
That would be a 0.
Ooh.
What?
I have a negative to my will.
How are you alive?
Hella, your eyes instantly dilate to the size that your pupils engulf all the whites of your eyes, and these white speckles begin to surface. Your body is motionless, and it is as though you are in an extremely deep trance. We cut back to Azazel, who is fleeing gracefully away from a half-orc guard who's seeing rainbows coming out from behind.
Can I stop and hide like halfway back to remove the?
No, because
They're hot on the trail.
they're not really hot on your trail, but it's literally a valley and a cliffside.
I thought we were in like forest area.
No. Y'all are on the edge of forest area. Going back to Waldo, you are now back with everybody. You see Hella in this deep trance. You see Lycan just standing there shirtless.
Also checking on Hella.
And Erdem, who's miraculously clean.
Not a miracle, magic.
Sir, can you help me with her?
Yeah, one second. Can we just stop touching things? Touch the dice. It rolled. Things have been happening. How am I the only person that notices this?
You told me to drop it, sir.
Yes, I did.
I dropped it, sir.
Oh, yes. You are a good boy. But
Oh, there's always a but.
this seems to be something very problematic. Let's just not touch the dodecahedron.
Oh, that's a big word, sir.
And let's try to figure out what's wrong with her first.
I put my hands in my pockets and I tap her shin with my foot.
Hello, whenever Lycan taps you with his foot, we go and see an image of what's inside your head. You are sitting Indian style with your hands on your knees, and you see the back of yourself in front of you. If you were to move around, you would see what appears to be an infinity mirror style image leading indefinitely in front of you, just the backs of your heads.
This is extremely weird. I try to touch the mirrors.
I'll roll a d20.
10.
You touch the mirror, but nothing happens. When Lycan kicks, the mirror vibrates slightly.
Whoa. Do I feel the pain?
There's no pain.
Yeah, I only tap you.
Okay.
But does she feel anything?
It's like weightlessness.
I'm gonna try to turn around and see if I see something else behind me.
You go to turn around and you see an image of yourself that has not turned around, and what looks to be your face has been clawed completely off, revealing the bone and the tissues connecting the muscles together. And it says,
We see you and we hunt you. All of you will die.
and you immediately snap out of it. Roll a d20.
12.
Take 8 points of necrotic damage.
Deal. Dude, man, that's weird.
You okay, man?
I just saw a lot of me's and then no face me with bone.
That doesn't make any sense, man.
And apparently I've done some things and they're coming after me.
He sits down, Indian style. Oh, like what?
I don't know.
What's everybody else doing at this time? The reconnaissance team has returned with its glorious rainbow glitter and its stealthiness.
Like, is there any obvious damage from the waking up? Because, I mean, it takes the damage, but do we know that?
Her left eye begins to tear up with this red viscous fluid.
Basically blood?
Like blood, but old blood.
Yeah.
So, like,
Darker.
I can only use this once a day. I will use, like, what's your HP like?
I'm at 5 health.
Ah, well.
I am very
I will
hurt.
cast Cure Light Wounds on you, and you roll a d6, or do I roll a d6? Yeah.
You roll.
I roll, and you get 1d6 plus 1. So you get.
6 points of damage. Healed from.
Back at 11.
Oh wait, no, because I am a war priest. You get an extra 50%, so you actually get 9 points.
Heck
So you're back to full health.
Great.
What did y'all find?
A wall. I found a really nice wall. They're strong. We're not going to break them.
By the looks of it, you got to know that wall pretty well.
What do you mean?
You look like...
What do you mean?
Your face is crooked.
Here's a present, and I pull up some of my dice and give it to him.
Thank you.
I hope you like it.
They're nice. Play with my die.
You roll your dice on the ground,
Oh.
and when you go to pick it up, you pick up one additional dice.
Come on! We just talked about this.
Oh,
Well, I like
sir,
this one.
you don't, sir, that one creates not good stuff, sir.
Don't put that one on the ground. Don't put it on a table. You are now, for forever, holding that dice.
I'll buy that off of you.
No. How about we just put it in this here bag? This here magical bag, alright, you know? Sure out.
It turns out to be a regular bag.
I tried to distract the guards or take care of them with my abilities, but they had gotten rid of what I was doing. They had questioned what was happening and said something about a magic reactor in the lower floors. So they have something there that would be valuable.
So a magic reactor? That sounds like something you'd be interested in, scary sir.
Why is it every time something magic is mentioned, everyone looks at me? Am I the only person that uses magic here? Your face is still crooked, by the way.
Fix my nose a little bit. Shut up.
Is there a front entrance or anything like that they all saw of?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors.
How long in between, like, is that? Like, do we get, like, are we taking a short rest?
You're taking a short rest.
It's basically like going into the new day almost.
Basically, that's what happens. You struck 1 a.m. at this point.
Yeah.
To me, it's a new day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it basically the midnight is where we'll restart the stuff.
Yeah.
Alright.
So, what do y'all do with this information?
What door looks the least guarded?
That would be the one to the north. It only has 2 guards as opposed to 5.
Which ones of us could be the slave traders and I could be the one captive or something to get us a way in?
None of us are human.
Okay, audience, the DM just pointed at me, ya boy, the gnome bard. Probably because he has an intimidate 7. I would just like you to know I'm not here for it.
First off, just outside, you're very destructive, yes. I don't know exactly what you can do.
I don't know what I can do.
What are you looking like right now? You're tanky almost? You have armor and a weapon, I assume? Or are you...
I've got a dagger on my hip, few plates across my abdomen for the haramaki, a pickpocket's outfit, and I'm 5 feet tall,
During our rest, I would have like messed with the book and the quill a little bit. Would I have been able to figure out what they do?
No.
That's fair.
So, you're better?
Okay, well, let's go this way. What's everybody's AC looking like?
19. I'm obviously the one to go in and try to fight.
I'm 18.
17.
Actually, I take that back. Mine is 19 too.
Probably just have 12.
They would kill you on sight.
Or try to reinstitutionalize me.
Okay,
Try
well,
to break me.
then, I mean,
You would probably want to stay back and just help out in the background.
I don't know.
She needs to go and make a distraction.
Because, one, he knows how the slave trade part works.
Yeah.
So,
I was just trying to make a distraction and break in and free him.
And I've
well, yeah, I mean, I get that, but it'll be, if we can somehow get him in with his stuff, it would be easier for him to fight there while we fight in, and instead of, you know,
Well, I was basically trying to get everybody to the, like, most of, not all, because I'm sure they wouldn't send all, but most would go to, like, a disturbance or something if something was happening over there. And that would just kind of allow us to come in and go to where we need to go. That's what I was thinking.
Sir, I have a spell that might be helpful that I learned. It's Charm Person, and I'm pretty sure that I'd be able to, make a person do what we want them to do for an hour. If we pick the right person, we might be able to make our way through the castle fairly easily.
okay. So, we can make our entry south side of the camp. The north side is heavy fortified.
No, north was the easiest one to go through with only 2 guards. That's north.
Oh, these figures right here are y'all.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay.
us.
Okay.
The X's are what you're looking at.
Okay.
Stuff.
The cliff is where y'all located, and the cliff is on the north side.
Okay.
The X's you see on the table are where guards are going to be. We just don't have enough miniatures for them all.
Okay.
Circles are the slaves.
So,
How do we know what these are then?
Go in the room and find out, and or die.
Okay.
and all the ovals are doors, right?
Yes. All right.
If you can get me in there, make a distraction, I could try to find any cages or locks and pick them and open them.
Okay.
With your key, sir?
That's a bit dangerous.
I have a question. At a camp like this, would they sell slaves as well?
This is a hub for transportation, really. There could be a chance that you could buy a slave outright if you were to convince them you're representing a higher up client coming to pick up a slave right now.
But it's 1 a.m. in the morning.
I step to the side slightly and look at my sword and go, "Can you help us?"
Roll a d20 to talk to your sword. It's still new to you. 5. Your sword does not reply to you.
I want to roll perception.
Okay.
That's meta.
I rolled a 24?
That's meta.
A 22?
Because it is the start of what seems to be a simple heist, Erdem is on high alert, and he notices Azazel talking and petting on his obsidian sword, saying, "Is there anything you can do to help us?"
I just look at you, confused.
What? You don't have favorite items?
No, you're totally okay, and there's nothing at all terrifying about a giant birdman talking to his sword.
Good.
And is there anything else anybody wants to do? Prepare?
My spells have regenerated, so
Ella?
Can we start this party on?
Taken?
I touched the quill to my tongue again.
When you do so, it steals the color away once more.
Mm-hmm. I open the book because this time I'm prepared for that to happen, and then try to write in the book.
Remember, Lycan's illiterate, so you'd only be able to copy what he's either been taught or simple words.
That's fair. Can I draw?
You can draw
Okay, so I draw a sword.
on the white or black page.
Oh, in the white.
Well, while everybody else is getting ready, little Lycan is sitting down with his legs spread apart, the book on the ground, and his pen with a small well of pink inside. As he's drawing what in his mind is a masterfully done sword with epically proportioned details.
It is.
Etched inlays, rubies, the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
When he finishes combining the lines, the sword pops out of the page, the size of a dagger, with scraggly lines, and it is kind of painful to wield because of it. Do you want to try to return the pink to your tongue? Because the numbing feeling is starting to go down your throat.
Oof, yeah, I do it.
When you touch the quill back to your tongue, you realize that the numbness is not fully gone away, and your tongue is no longer as pink as it used to be.
Aw, man. Okay. Well, no longer using body parts anymore, guys.
What did you just do?
Do I still have my dagger?
You still have your dagger.
I got us a weapon.
It's pink.
Oh,
That's very good of you to have something that protects you.
thank you. Ma'am?
You may have to use it one day.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess this is useful. Let's just go get him. And he's like wielding the dagger in front of his face viciously.
You should try to draw that better.
Put it beside you like this. I'll point it away from you. You don't want to fall and hurt yourself.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Before we do this, try to put the sword back in the pin.
I do so, I guess. Wait, you tell me that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I do so. I try to.
How?
Well, he said try to put the sword back in the pin, so I'm just like smashing the tips together.
It does not work.
See if you
All
can
right.
put the sword back in the paper.
I do that.
You do so. You do so, and the dagger returns back to the paper.
Oh, is it still drawn?
It is.
I see if I can take it out.
Roll use magic device.
Altogether a 10.
You're able to pull the dagger back out, but it's not as painful to hold on to, and the lines are kind of melting a little bit.
Okay. That's reassuring. Alright.
When you stab someone with it, it will mangle it.
Mingle the weapon?
No, it will mangle the person.
Mingle the Oh. This is like the first time that like you really see like a bit of a savage side to Lycan.
Good. Let it grow.
He starts out as a sweet cinnamon roll in Craig's own words, and by the end of it, he will be the dictator of the world, ruling with an iron fist.
You will be the murder hobo of the story.
The murder hobo?
Kill everyone you see.
So, we start venturing our way down, don't we?
What plan did we decide on?
Charming one person, I assume.
One person in a field of at least 15?
If we pick the person who looks the most important,
We would have to get them first, and then get you to talk to them.
I will be the distraction.
As y'all make y'all's way down the hill, y'all realize that because it is 1 a.m. in the morning, there are not that many guards outside. On the northbound, there is only one guard, a half-orc clad in leather armor, whose eyes seem heavy.
is that the person you want me to charm, sirs?
It's your plan.
If you want, I could try to drop something on his head and knock him out.
How are you going to get above him?
I don't have to. I just do. I don't know how it works. If I want to move something, I can.
I'm fine with that.
Is there anything above his head that could fall?
There are rocks nearby, the size of basketballs,
How much does it weigh?
50 plus pounds.
Can't lift that much.
There is something you can lift beside it. Just roll and pick up something that you can and drop it.
Drop the gnome on them.
Drop me on him!
Don't drop the gnome on
Does he
him.
weigh less than 5 pounds?
I would be very angry if you dropped the gnome on him.
I'm going to pick up a...
Guys, just watch this. Can I see that dagger, Lycan? I just need it for a quick moment.
Yes, sir. And he hands it to you.
Thanks. I hold my hand out open in front of me, palm side up with the dagger in my hand. I focus on it, and I lift it up and maneuver it above the guard's head with the blade side pointing down. And I let go.
Alright. Roll against AC.
It's a 12.
With a 12, you are unable to do any damage. The ink dagger hits him on top of the head, and he goes, and looks around angrily at just being woken up out of his semi-stupor.
Well, he's awake now.
Good job.
And the moment you say good job, he looks right at y'all and draws his longsword. Roll initiative.
20.
10.
Natural 20.
9.
20. Unnatural.
15.
We'll just keep initiative like this for the entire encounter.
I did re-equip my stuff whenever I went back to him, right?
You did. Put the half orc at the bottom because he rolled a 2.
Excellent.
All right. So, first combat, 1 heart attack and 2 aneurysms later.
Ah,
I think we made our
Waldo.
goal.
Azazel, you are about 10 feet away from him.
I use a standard to do the sheer strike to prepare, and then I move closer towards him. The sheer strike to add plus 20 to my attack on him.
Okay. You auto hit.
Okay.
Roll 2d8.
5 and 4, so 9.
Alright. 9 plus 2 damage to him.
11.
The orc lets out a guttural squeal as blood paints the ground around him. He is barely standing and, in game terms, bloodied.
How close is that to, like, dead?
bloodied. Bloodied is in D&D. Bloody means that you're at half life.
Next up.
I am gonna pick up a rock, one of those heavier rocks, and chunk it at him. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Okay. 22 hits. Roll a d6.
I'll be at 10.
Midway through his guttural cry, this basketball-sized boulder is flung directly at this poor half-orc's head and obliterates what used to be his skull.
Oof.
Yes!
His limp body falling down to the ground.
Yes.
Y'all hear stomping going on inside as more guards are approaching.
Tonight we die, boys.
Next up.
I say, now would probably be a good time to go to the other side of the building.
Agreed. I say we head to the west side.
Yeah. He tries to scramble up Hella, who picks me up.
Okay, so you said Lycan tried to scramble up Hella?
Yeah. And she picked me up, so...
So,
Book it,
how
boys.
heavy is this orc?
Are you about to play Get Help with an orc?
He is 280 pounds.
Yeah, no, can't pick him up. Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna start my movement towards the agreed upon destination.
Alright. When you go to run to the west side, you notice the second door about 20 feet away from the initial one. And it is open, and you see a glimpse of this tall, pasty white figure adorned in this red cowl that drapes around its figure. Kind of like a mummification wrap would be, only very loose.
Interesting. Is it still my turn?
That was your move action.
Okay. How far away would you say he is?
50 feet.
I will hold action.
Okay. Next up in line.
I follow Ernold to the west side.
He tried.
It was close enough.
You also see the pasty white, what appears to be 8-foot tall, slender figure adorned in these vibrant red clothes.
Does it see us?
Oh, no. It's too distracted by the guards running past it.
I tell Ernesto, we need to hide from that thing. That is a nope. If I've ever seen a nope, then I stealth. 26.
It's just a mummy.
You crouch down and get out of sight. Congratulations, you are stealthed.
So my action is just scrambling up on you.
Deal.
We are back at all the guards inside. With the guards scrambling up inside, the pasty white figure in red turns and calmly walks away from all of the commotion, along with its 3 horrifying companions.
I don't even know right now. I'm trying to figure out.
I advise running away. I'm not trying to railroad.
No, I know. But I only have 20 feet of movement speed and 60 feet of flight that I'm going to die from. So I'm going to move away from the door. 5, 10, 15, 20. Do I still have my flight?
You can trade down your standard action for another move action.
Just trade it down. Try to fly. Do I need to roll for this?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Because you're in chainmail, you have to roll to see if you fly. I'll let you move ahead 10 feet on the ground because that was a 4. Not because it's an actual move, but because you rolled a 9 with a -4. Anyways, because of that, you go to try to take off the fly and fail horribly and skid across the ground 10 feet, comically, and bash up behind Waldo.
I was running away like my traditional self, but I'll stay with them.
Well, he doesn't know he's next to me. I'm stealth.
When I see that, I scream out, "You okay, sir?"
Don't scream.
Oh, huh.
I'm gonna die.
I mean, I'd still do it, but dang, I'm an idiot.
You hear some guards say, "You're over there!"
Oh God, I knew I should have kept going that way.
That sounds like, get over here!
Alright.
Oops.
Who's next?
You're an idiot.
That's fair. That's honestly fair.
I am going to move opposite direction now, and that's going to be 20 feet that way, to the east.
Okay.
I'm whispering to you, do you want me to scream out so that I distract them from them?
In a whisper, you're an idiot.
That's fair, man.
And with that, Lycan was silenced by Hela.
Erdem sees the coming guards and he sighs to himself. He says, I did not want to fight right now. He will... How far away is that?
The guards are 40 feet away from you.
Crap! And these are guards too, right?
No,
Okay.
those are just placeholders.
Then cool. So these two are headed towards what about this one?
That's one of the 3 that are with the pasty white one.
But it's not coming this way.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Running away.
I will cast Murderous Command on Ya.
Okay, the nearest of the 2 guards.
Yes.
You know his name is Ya?
Yes.
You must have got a
He
nat
is-
20 on that knowledge local check.
He
that
is
you
Ya.
didn't make.
Brother is Da. His sister named Sha. Okay.
And the mother's name's Ma. Continue.
You're about pop.
Well, you gotta roll a will save. DC 12.
What does he do if he fails it?
He walks to his closest ally and murders him.
All right. Ya turns to Da and goes gra and swings his battle axe directly into his brother's shoulder.
I am a sorry brother, da. I am time for kill.
That's exactly how he sounds.
Yeah. Or at least he would have if he's not in a bloodthirsty rage and literally chopping his brother to bits. Moving on to the next person in the initiation roll.
I stealth in and bank to the right looking for slaves in the next room while they're all distracted.
As Waldo walks into the room, the door slams shut with a loud, clinking lock.
So what do you do?
We have to wait to return to him.
So, I forgot that we left my tongue dagger in the grass, like, back where we originally were. And seeing as how it has essence of, like, my tongue in it, I feel as if I need that. So I'm climbing down your back and going back for it.
Remember, you can't because I had you hold it and I'm covering your mouth so you don't speak.
Like his hand.
I lick his hand. Her hand.
Nothing happens.
That's fair.
I'm not letting a little dude die on my watch.
Aww.
And thus the guards move anew. With the sudden outburst of slaughter amongst their ranks, several of the nearby guards rush towards Da's assistance and kill Ya instantly. Both Ya and Da are now dead. While this is going on, one of the lesser ranked guards snuck around to see what all the commotion was outside with what sounded like a large bird crashing into the ground. It sees Azazel on the ground, stammering to his feet, and goes,
What's going on?
Wow!
What even?
Speaking Sturks.
For some reason, you're just quite adorable with all the rainbow about you.
When you go raw, you're doing the imagination meme. Okay, you're making a rainbow with prestidigitation. Roll diplomacy.
Uh-oh.
Oh god. I'm
Wouldn't that be
scared.
before?
I'm so scared.
Just remember, Azazel has death dice. That's a 1.
That's a 0.
Even worse.
So,
What did you say in Strix?
Hold on. You want to kill us?
the guard goes, "Oh, I can't argue with that logic," and takes up its hammer and throws it at you. Dodge a 15.
Flat-footed.
17.
So you're going
Shit.
dodge down as a hammer flies past your head, and the guard goes and pulls out his secondary sword.
The hell would you have that?
I have many things.
I mean,
What?
He asked you how to get to Sesame Street.
And we're back to the normal turn order.
We're all gonna die. What is he?
He is a half-orc.
Am I standing?
You use your move action to stand.
I would say, am I prone?
Yeah, you were prone because you tried to fly and crash into the ground. You use your move action to stand up. Okay, so do you want to trade your standard action down to a move action to try to fly away?
Do you have any spells that can hit him from that range?
Actually, instead of doing all that, I'm just gonna. If I'm already like 20-ish feet away, right?
Yeah.
40. That'll put him right there at it. I'm trying to think of how easiest way. So whatever. We'll go try to fly it again.
Okay. That's a 1.
Maybe take the coat off your wings.
With a 1.
It's a -3.
Okay, so your nat 1 is now a -3 to your flight. I'm going to have to take away your ability to fly for 2 turns.
I know. I figured I'd probably break a wing at this point.
You sprained the shoulder, kind of, like where it joins into
Like
your
I
body.
just pulled a muscle, like
Yeah. Anything else?
cry and sob and wait for death.
All right. Next person.
I would notice her coming out, right?
Roll perception. You have a gnome on your head.
12.
You would not see the guard coming out because you are holding on to the gnome, and the gnome is trying to go back to get his dagger.
Sorry.
Do you not see? You're going back. Do you not see the guard?
Well, perception.
I mean, is that even perception at that point? He's looking at him.
Oh.
It is dark.
And he could be looking at the ground for his dagger.
No, I was looking at the ground. And then I'll look up and I'll see the guard. I'd wriggle a bit. I mean, I can't say anything. You've got your...
But you can point and stuff.
I do point. I wriggle and point.
Lycan wriggles and points in Hella's arms, and Hella, do you...
I'm looking that direction.
Okay. Hella, roll again with your perception with assist.
That's still a 12.
You get +3 to it. You notice there's a guard over there after Lycan wiggles about for a few seconds.
I'm going to pick a big giant rock at it with one hand and throw it at the guard.
She's holding me with her left.
Yes.
She was touched by death's dice. Roll a d20 for me.
That's a 14.
You pick up a rock that's miraculously at your feet for story reasons, and roll to see if you hit their AC.
That is 14.
Well, when you rear back to throw the rock, you see that vision of yourself again with your face clawed off. And it is as though the world itself has been flipped around like a mirror, and your body instinctively pulls back the left arm, and you chunk Lycan at the guard.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. What?
Okay, alright. What damage do I roll? Because I got to actually have a damage die.
Improvised weapon?
You have to roll a 1d gnome.
Alright.
It's a d6.
Alright. That is a 1.
You do 1 damage to the guard and to Lycan.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
It's fair.
Say that in your voice. Say that in your voice. Guys, listen.
It's fair, man.
Ow!
So I'm in a trance again.
You had part of a trance, and it faded off. Okay. So the guard goes,
What even is this?
My wisdom is 13. I'm about to make some magic happen.
Alright. Now it's this guy. Now it's this guy's turn.
Go, boy.
He hasn't done anything. He's held like 2 actions.
Oh.
I haven't held actions. I licked his hand.
Hello.
whose turn is it?
Torians.
Nomeo over here is about to have his turn, alright.
I've got a lot of guards.
2 of which are dead, but you have
Yeah.
3 guards in front of you.
Faced with these odds, I feel that Erdem and I should run away. And I will trade my standard down to another move, and I will go... Oh, wait, you're still in there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
But you don't know him.
I'm locked.
I don't know.
Waldo is still
I
in
don't think
there.
he knew that.
Waldo still is in there.
But you were stealth, though,
Yeah.
so
you
I have
don't-
no idea.
So, Erdem has just left the entrance of the room and immediately dovetailed it behind the wall beside the door. The 3 guards just look at each other, then shrug as if to say, "We saw you do that. We know where you went. You ain't fooling anybody."
From the corner, Erdem would yell, "Discretion is the better part of valor!" And then he will continue to run away.
You are heading east now, and you pass up Azazel outside and almost run straight into the half-orc guard that just got hit by a yeeted gnome. The guard that just got yeeted at looks extremely confused, has a sword barely clasped in his hand, and he's just looking around frantically now as though frazzled beyond belief.
As I pass Azazel, I would say, "You are the worst bird ever," and then I would continue to run away.
Squad!
And that is the end of my turn.
I roll perception. I'm looking around in this room that I have found myself locked in. That is a 15.
You see in the middle of this ominous room a purple triangle. On each of the corners of this triangle is a slave strapped down to a table. There is a ominous crackling of electricity in this room that causes your hair to stand up.
I'm bald.
That causes your hands... That
Your ears.
it causes your nose to tickle.
I don't have a nose.
Alright, Baltimore!
Goblins are bald and have no facial hair. I don't know what you want from me.
All rights reserved to their appropriate owners.
No copyright infringement is intended.
We here at Stop
But you
Loot
can't
Roll
give me money.
do not condone the use of other people's intellectual properties.
Working on the 3rd anniversary of the night!
Only third?
On the corners of this triangle are slaves strapped down to these tables and unconscious. In the middle of this triangle is a man dressed in the same red robes that Erdem saw, with his long, lanky arms outstretched and what sounds to be this otherworldly chant going on. What do you do?
Am I still stealth?
You are still stealth.
I move over to the slave on my left, and I try to disable device to free the slave using my thieves' tools.
Okay. Roll.
Unnatural 20.
Okay. You are able to free the unconscious slave, and as you try to pick him up off of the table. No, you're not picking him up?
I am not strong enough.
Okay. You unlock it. Slave 1 is now out of its bonds, but still unconscious on the table.
I move over to the next slave when possible to free that slave.
You hear something that makes your ears start to bleed, but there is no sound. It's something subsonic. When you look around to see what it is causing this, you see the man with the red cloth draped all over his body turning towards you with his arms spread open, and you see his face starting to get clawed away at, revealing the bones and the tendons and the teeth.
I see the end.
I pull out some dice and say, I'll gamble to free these other slaves.
I don't think this is the time, my dude.
We're going to leave it there and go to everybody else. We are now at Lycan.
Is the half-orc in front of Lycan a male or a female? Or can't he even tell?
Can't really tell. I've just been using he as like an easy term.
Okay. Hi there, sir.
It talks! It talks too! The rat talks!
Hey. Hey there.
Back, I say!
It's okay. Things could always be worse. You could be punched in the face. Roll diplomacy. 22!
I gotta say something. Oh God, it lands!
With a 22 to diplomacy, the half-orc goes,
I guess you're right.
I would appreciate it if you not impale me, sir.
But who's gonna punch me? You?
Oh God, no.
the half-orc is calmed down, and he's inquisitive of why a 3-foot-tall gnome, compared to a 7-foot-tall orc, would be threatening to punch him. Now we move to the guard's turn. The 3 guards that were inside now make a break for the door and see Azazel standing and trying to fly.
Ow.
Keyword being try.
Ow.
They see Erdem standing right behind the confused guard and what appears to be a well-equipped woman about 45, 50 feet away from them.
Eventually, I'm gonna learn to actually take my wings out of this thing so I can fly.
Unfortunately, you may not have time to do so. One of the guards gets close enough to you, and do you have attack of opportunity?
Everybody has to
Honestly,
attack
I thought that
opportunity.
everybody had that whenever you entered into their space.
When you enter a threatened square.
When you leave the threatened
And
square,
then
Yeah,
it's
when you leave the threatened square.
Oh, that one I have.
entering doesn't cause it.
I don't know how it works. Do I get an attack? I don't know.
No, it's their attack roll versus your AC. So, I'm pretty sure a 5 does not hit your AC.
No.
Okay. This half-orc guard flails a sword at you, but because it's so dark, because it's 1 a.m. in the morning, you blend in almost seamlessly. Would be great if you weren't flapping around. We go back to Azazel. Your turn. Yeah, the
Are
one.
all of the guards half-orcs, by the way, since we're able to look at them now?
Yeah.
Alright, so all of them are half-orcs. Jesus. They're all big, dumb, and strong. I'm moving to go protect that little gnome. He's already been flung.
You swoop in with your wings outstretched.
Whoa, I'm walking here, bro. that hurts.
Instead of swooping in gracefully, you are limping around like an old man going.
I mean, can I walk normal?
Yes, you can walk normal.
I say, I'm gonna be limping a little bit, but I'm like, come, you better get away from my gnome.
You look like a little teapot.
I kind of stuck, holding my wing that's hurt. I'm walking over there like, you better get away from my gnome.
All right. You leave the first guard's zone of terror, so he gets an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay.
Does an 8 beat your AC?
No.
Okay. He swings again aimlessly. You're so stealthy. All right, so you swiggity swoogity on over there to the calmed guard, and what do you do?
Get away from my gnome.
The calmed guard goes,
Oh, not another one.
Oh, Azazel! He's the guy who's gonna punch you in the face.
Maybe.
Basil's gonna punch me in the face.
Yes. Well,
Hey,
no.
you, away from him now, please. I'm kidding, I don't say please. Get away.
the guard just stands there. He's still kind of charmed by the diplomacy.
Aww.
Oh boy. Sounds like slash time. I got all this arcane stuff and nothing to do with it. Wait, he's holding a weapon? Or did he sheath his weapon since he's no longer...
He's still got the sword out, but he does not have his hammer.
I was going to move his hammer away and then swing. Whatever. Swing at his face.
Roll against his AC.
16.
You barely hit. Roll damage.
7.
You do 9 damage in total to this orc that was once calmed. Blood splatters onto you, onto Lycan, and onto the ground. The guard is now grasping at itself with one arm and tightens its grip, reaffirmed in what it needs to do, and stares dead at you.
I feel like me and my sword are both laughing at this point. Not a maniacal laugh, just like a chuckle.
Arrows, your sword goes.
I know. I like this color.
How close am I to my tongue dagger?
You are standing on top of it.
Pick it up. Well, whenever it comes to my turn. Hello.
I slapped my forehead up. Going, oh my god.
Do you still have the rock?
I still have the rock.
She still has the rock.
We did do a good combo last time.
I'm throwing a rock.
I just want to let you know, Hella,
Good
you
job.
have 3 allies encircling this enemy, and 1 enemy head.
She does not consider them allies yet.
Fair enough.
And they've committed to their own suicide by doing
I'm gonna
this.
kill her.
Fair enough.
18.
Roll a d6.
6. Plus my 4, so that's 10.
As you go to throw the rock, the half-orc goes,
Just warm him up.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
brain paints the wall behind the guard.
Paints, you said.
And coats like hell in cerebral fluid.
Yummy.
Could I say, with an intimidate a little bit, that's how you get things done?
Yes. All 3 of y'all.
Or the guards behind y'all as well. I'm just gonna randomly.
I mean, I don't think you're gonna get close to these
no,
guys.
not them.
They're the only ones left.
I'm just saying stuff.
Oh. I was like,
I'm saying it in a intimidating way. 15.
It's not enough to scare any of the guards away. They are now livid that 3 of their comrades are now dead.
3.
4.
I was at 2 in there. Me and him killed 2.
All right. Erdem, impressed at the gore of the previous display, will still continue running.
Covered in blood.
Covered in blood and brain.
Coward.
As he passes his comrades, he yells, "There's more of them coming behind me. We should probably get out of here."
I don't know. We've killed 4 already. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah, there's a thing in there, and you don't want no problems.
Got you. They're still coming.
And then
He uses another move.
I use another move
Are
action.
you really?
Yes. Yes. I know my intelligence is high, so I understand things. And I don't want to deal with that right now. That is not a level 1 problem. That's more like a level 3 or 4 problem. 7 or 8 problem? 15. Level 25 problem. Level 2 problem? Okay, fine. I'm not there yet.
It's a level 2 problem with 5 level 1s going in it. 2 of which are combat ready, apparently.
Yeah.
Only
Don't care. Do not care.
Only 2 people are willing to fight.
Only
One
one
is willing to be used as a weapon.
Yeah!
Only one person here actually has a reason to be here.
Where is that person?
And now scene change to Waldo with the nightmare fuel staring dead at him.
Staring right at him as I free another slave.
Roll a will. Straight roll a 9. You begin to tremble in your shoes, and it becomes difficult for you to work with your tools. No longer are you able to focus purely on this tied down slave. Now you see the man clothed in this blood red walking toward you, and with each step he takes, a footprint of the same red is left in its place.
I take my dagger and stab my leg. Or my hip.
You stab yourself in the leg. Roll a d20.
And I have rolled an 8.
Okay, so this is how it's going to play out. Because you rolled an 8 and your AC is higher than that, When you go to stab into your leg, your hand fumbles and you drop the dagger on the floor. Part of the dagger actually lands so that it's laying on top of where the purple triangle is. That's encompassing a good portion of this room. And that part of the dagger immediately evaporates. A hand is outreached from this long, pasty, bony hand. And as it passes over that triangular barrier, it begins to evaporate. The face, now malformed with pieces of flesh just tattered and dangling down, tries its best to articulate, but all you hear is
Destruction comes.
and it falls into that barrier line that's now jetting up from the floor, and that person is evaporated immediately.
Note to self: don't cross the line.
The triangle is now gone.
Couldn't save him. How do I get out of here?
You see the door behind you was locked, but it's easy enough for you to open up. Now that you are standing outside of this sacrificial room once more, you see two guards with their backs turned to you as they look in horror at seeing their friend's head get blown off by a boulder.
I go past and around the corner, just trying to avoid them.
And you hide behind one of the walls, and now we move on to Lycan.
Pick up my
Dagger.
dagger, thank you, and brandish it, acting like I'm going to help Azazel.
Lycan goes to hold up his dagger, and it immediately turns into a puddle of pink fluid to splatter against the wall with the brain.
What happens to my tongue?
It's still kind of gray.
I try to catch as much of the paint with my tongue as I can.
Stop that. Use your pen.
Roll a d20.
Oh,
Mr. Master of Reflexes.
oh no.
So,
9.
you get a piece of ink back on your tongue, but it just slides around like water.
Oh, okay.
Use pen.
Okay, I write with my pen. No. I figured out how it works now. I dig it in the ground, get some brown ink, write it on the white page. You know what? I'll do a magic wand this time. Because wands are easy to draw.
Magic missile.
Yeah.
Roll a d20.
It's a one!
That's what he was drawing.
When you go to draw in the book with your natural one, with the brown ink, you draw a poop stick.
You know what? It's not what I asked for, but I'll use it.
You try to grab the cleaned in of a turd. You pull it out of the paper, and now you have a wand that casts a magic poopy missile. It will do one shot, and it now does a 1d4 necrotic damage. It might do something else when you use it too, by the way.
I'm very sorry, by the way.
No. Is Lycan lactose intolerant?
Even yes, odds no.
No. Okay. I call odds.
I think you should roll a fort save.
So he is lactose intolerant.
Okay, now we're moving along with the encounter.
Do I have enough to, shoot it at one of the guards?
Your standard action was used to make the...
Create the... That's fair, that's what I expected, just wanted to know.
Alright, now it's the guard's turn. They are outside with the rest of y'all. And one of them is going to go behind Azazel. One of them is going to go around Azazel to try to get at the goblin. And the third is going to make a dash for Hella. And the third one is going to go towards Hella, who's still a ways off.
Both of those or just one?
The guard that is behind you is in your zone for attack of opportunity. The guard that's trying to walk around you does trigger your zone of opportunity. That's a 7, so it does not hit. You get a second one because you have the combat reflexes or something. That's a 2, so you do not hit again. Your wing that has been pulled out of socket
Still have one more turn of healing.
Yeah, it's still got one more turn of healing, and it's kind of laying in front of your vision, so it's kind of hard for you to see people run beside you. So, and we are back to Azazel.
Obviously, I spin around and face the orc.
And what?
Swing at him.
Just a standard attack?
I don't have anything else.
Okay. Roll a d20.
I didn't roll. I dropped it out of the bag. I didn't roll it. I'll
Wait,
make
wait. You dropped it out of the bag, right?
I didn't drop that one out of the bag, and it didn't do that. No.
I'm not going
Stop
back
it.
there.
I call interference.
It's a 9. It does not hit. Anything else?
We
All right.
introduced new dice.
The dice have been changed out. Due to the extended game time, we have put the previous set of dice back in the bag so that they may sit on the bench.
Union rules.
Alright, so we are back to Hella, who is still at least 10 feet away from the nearest guard.
Alright,
You
well,
literally have a freaking move.
I'll move closer and hit him. That is a 6.
Are you swinging with the intent to hit him with the sword part or the hammer part?
The hammer.
No wonder why you missed that. Roll again for the sword part.
That is a 1.
As you go to swing to bat at the half-orc, the sword flies out of your hands violently.
Which direction are that?
It flies...
That is literally gnome crushing power.
Okay,
Oh, it's not going to hit the gnome. It's going to hit me.
for those at home, we have Hella in between two groups. The group on the left has Erdem, Lycan, and a guard, and the group on the right has Azazel and a guard. Unfortunately, between the guards are all of Hella's team, for lack of a better word. The hammer smacks right into Azazel's back, dealing
But it hit my AC. That's first.
roll.
He's going to get nat 20 on this one.
You're gonna get a nat 21.
Awesome. That's a
What's your
times
AC?
3. That's a times 3 critical.
What's your AC?
19.
That's a nat 20.
I told you. He's rolled too terribly.
You still have Death's Dice.
I have a move action, I guess.
Roll a d20, Caleb.
What is that, a 20?
It's
Yes.
a 20.
Ooh, this is too good.
Step.
You are hit square in the back with the atomizer, hammer side front. The wind is knocked out of you, but you feel as though you don't need to breathe for about 5 minutes, you'd say.
I'm knocked into the future.
No, you're not knocked into the future. It feels as though there is the you that is in the present, and that there is the you that was hit. The you that was hit had all of his spine just shattered, the ribs destroyed, and the hammer punctured through the other side of his core. That image flashes through your mind, and then your breath returns to you, a bit jagged, and the teal dexahedron falls onto the ground.
That something bad happens, or something bad's going to happen.
You feel as though something bad's going to happen.
As though I've seen into the future, I fall to the ground to avoid the hammer.
When you do so, the hammer goes flying straight over your head and pile drives into the guard that was in front of you, boring a hole clean through his chest. He reaches for the cavity out of reflex and then stumbles to the ground. You feel that same sense of this other version of yourself sitting back up and then the hilt going through your chest and destroying you. So you feel as though you need to stay hunkered down as the atomizer flies straight back into Hella's hand.
Wait a minute. Is that a reflex save?
Yes, because you rolled a
Oh,
1
Lord.
and then a 20.
That is a 10.
You manage to catch it, but it knocks you prone.
So that's what he meant by soul-bound.
Next turn, that was Josh's.
Oh, okay. I assume I saw the sword fly by and fly back. And I look at the guard, who I assume is as confused as I am. And, who knew? And then I swing at him with a Morning Star. Ooh, that didn't hit. It's a 6.
Nope.
Oh, these rolls have been crazy.
And the guard's kind of on heightened alert at seeing people just drop left and right like flies and dodges out of the way and just throws his hands up like, I yield.
I mean, they are quite outnumbered at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, you better be scared. That was just a test swing. Never swung this before. Should I roll to intimidate?
Nope.
Whose turn is it now? You?
And I've been waiting. I was just gonna continue further on.
As Waldo moves into the next room, he sees the remnants of similar experiments that looked as though they have failed. The ground is just coated with these strange fluids. It seems as though it was coming from the ceiling. There are vines of this fleshy meniscus tissue entangled up in itself and dangling down from the ceiling, pulsating as though it's breathing.
Oh my goodness! What the? Ew! It's horrifying. What was that?
Roll perception.
14.
You see what looks to be a head and an arm dangling down from the ceiling with one eye able to open, and it's just barely breathing.
Where do I begin?
You hear,
Save self.
Save self? Is it telling me to save myself?
Destruction comes.
Destruction?
When someone usually says run,
You ran farther into the place.
run
Alright,
out.
Trying to find more slaves!
Eventually, at this pace, you're definitely going to be the first death. This will make a pretty good castle to have, though. Once we clean up all the guts and stuff. But that's prestidigitations for that.
Lycan points his wand at the guard and says, "Am I gonna have to use this, sir?"
What even is that?
He does it out of reflex.
he casts it out of reflex.
Yeah.
Roll a d20. I'm sorry, roll a d30.
5. Wait, is that use magic device? Is that for
Yes.
use magic device? That's a 12.
Okay, so you shook your turd wand at him,
Yeah.
and you feel the sudden urge to use the restroom, as does the guard, who's now grabbing at his gut,
Oh,
and
boy.
frowning at you.
It's a useful tool, honestly.
Roll Constitution for you.
Constipation.
14.
You got a 1.
Oh, he's letting it drop.
Let's hope he wore his brown band.
His face cowls and wrinkles up as he's trying so desperately to hold himself composed in front of his enemies. Unfortunately, in doing so, he drops his weapon and just holds onto his lower stomach and curls up onto the ground. He is now prone,
Who's turn?
as are you.
That's fair.
That guard is incapacitated, and the only other one remaining stands over Hella with sword at the ready. He goes to stab down. What's your AC?
17.
And misses. He reels his sword back up and turns it around and then tries to make a downward slash at you. Does an 18.
Yes.
Take 9 points of damage as he hacks away at your arm. Alright. Azazel?
Free action?
Yeah, you can free action pick up the death's dice.
Put it back in this little bag because it was quite handy. Yeah, say what you want. I'll take anything that saves me once. It was a nice present. Turn.
Okay, so you turn to the guard who's having bowel issues and immediately turns around and goes, nah.
I'll let you two clean this one up. I will move over to this guy
Alright.
by walking.
You have advantage on him because you're approaching from behind.
I would say he don't get the instinct or whatever.
No,
All
he
right.
does not have his.
I don't like you anymore. And of course I drop and it rolls a 20.
Alright, you
That-
crit.
That wasn't what I rolled there. Like I did this. Like I rolled a 20, but at the same time I didn't roll it. So if you want to take it, you can, but I don't want to cheat.
All in favor?
Take
Okay.
it.
Take what?
Okay.
I
A
want to
crit.
know what I'm voting for.
It was a crit. It was a crit for me to hit somebody.
You crit him.
All right.
Okay. You bring down Eros, and it is though reality itself bends slightly when you swing downwards as you slice this half-orc clean in two. It makes 2 loud thumps as the parts of the freshly made corpse fall down to the ground.
Love you.
The feeling's not mutual.
Don't lie.
Feed me.
What do you eat? Poop. I have the perfect one for you.
I just feel. Is diarrhea going to be a running joke in this?
Is that a pun?
Yes, it is.
I get it.
I just gave you 3 today. It's literally your first day.
And then it grows quiet.
You gave it 3 souls.
Sir, that was a combo on 2 of them.
I'm
And the
the one
other
that-
one was all me.
I'm the one that killed most of them.
The only reason you killed them is because I hurt them. And get up before you start trying to talk about what you've done. Quit talking to me on the ground.
Aren't you on the ground?
Shut up. GM made that happen. Spiteful is what it is.
Why is your wing doing that weird thing?
Shut up. It's getting better. Hey, it's been 2 turns now. What,
got
this is the
something
second turn? I'm done. I've killed somebody. I'm happy.
Your turn.
Well, are we still in combat? I mean,
Yeah, we got
the
one
boys
guard.
Y'all still got the 2 to go.
incapacitated.
I'm going to kill it. Y'all can pass turn to me and let me go kill it.
Deal.
I feel.
I mean, I like to kill stuff.
I guess theoretically he wouldn't really
Care.
give a crap if he was on the ground. As he's on the ground, pooping himself into unconsciousness.
How about you help the little one?
Help him do what?
Not die?
I can do that out of combat.
I would say he's pooping himself, so.
So
No,
I
I
will
made my
swing at this on the ground enemy.
Orc.
Yeah. What is him being prone add to the
You have advantage.
16? That'll be 17.
That hits.
Yeah.
You could purchase diabetes now.
16. So
Are you just 1d20 of damage?
No.
no, that would be nice.
I know, I was like, dang, that's strong. I'm gonna use a Morning Star.
4.
Well, the guard is severely injured, but still barely alive.
Can I go kill him now?
Wait.
John, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Are you still running away?
I'm going to walk into the next room. Roll perception. 8.
To you, you see a near immaculate L-shaped room. Sitting at one end of the L shape is a humanoid sitting Indian style facing the wall. At the other end of this L shape is a humanoid facing away from the wall and also sitting Indian style. It does not appear as though it has seen you yet.
Anything else I should know?
With an 8, I cannot tell you any more.
Can I take another look?
You can trade down your standard action to a second perception roll.
I'll stealth. 25.
How are you hiding in a room that's immaculate to you?
How can they see me past a 25?
I don't know. You're the one who's trying to stealth. I mean, do you just like put on a potted plant on your head or something, or?
Yeah. I call out to the individuals sitting Indian style. What are y'all doing in here? Have you seen what's out there? Come on, let's get out of here.
You hear 2 voices simultaneously say,
Yes, I see what is out there. I did what is out there. I do what is in here. He will come. He will destroy. He is destruction.
As they are saying that, they are both rocking as though mirroring themselves.
Perception to find a rock.
You have to stand up first.
No, I'm just doing this. Closest near me.
You see there's a rock exactly 31 feet away from you.
Screw this. I'm gonna crawl towards the guard.
Is crawl a valid move point?
You would not be able to get close enough to it. You end up about 10 feet away from him. You end up about 10 feet away from the guard.
Can you give us the keys to this place so I can just go to bed and sleep this pain off?
My guts! My head!
Sir, why are y'all guarding this place?
My head! My guts!
I look at Azazel. Well, I don't know I can do. Kill him.
Oh, yes! Stomp! Stomp! Stomp!
Pause real quick. I'm gonna yell it out right now. Coup de grace.
I'm not flying to the top, jumping off, and standing in his chest.
No, but he's prone, so you can coup de grace him right now.
I know, but no.
So technically, that's an automatic
I
kill.
don't know what that means.
A coup de grace is when you stab him just straight down.
Are you gonna make me roll? Can I just put my sword through him?
You stab arrows clean through his chest and he dies.
Guys,
Where's Waldo?
Hey, thanks for listening to another episode of Stop, Loot, and Roll. Can't wait to hear from y'all. We should be getting our mic situated shortly, and check us out on YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes shortly. Until next time.